This video is sponsored by Ecosia. Thank you, Ecosia. Hi, cozy friends. I feel like it's been a while since we've done a favorites video. I'm very excited. I've been taking notes. I've got things and stuff, so get ready, okay? I also have some stuff I didn't like too much. I saw some people raving about it. I said, I'm gonna have to check that out for myself, and I didn't like it, so I'm gonna share it with y'all. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, let's just jump into the things that I have liked recently, really loved, the things I've loved recently. Let's talk about my recent cozy favorites. Okay, the first category is home stuff, like home decoration, home stuff, okay? Home stuff. The first item is these Lego storage containers. I love these so much. Oh my God, I fell in love with these like the second I saw them. I think I was advertised them on like Pinterest. Pinterest, you did it again with the ads. You got me. Pinterest ads always get me. They know who I am to my core. And sometimes it feels good. Sometimes I feel so seen. And in this case, I felt so seen. These Lego bins are so cute. And when they first came out, I think they were really popular. They sold out. And then I just stumbled upon one at the Container Store and I was like, oh my God, finally. So the Container Store has them now in stock. They're not really sold out anywhere anymore. But Container Store has like the big plastic ones and they come in like different bright colors, like the reds and the blues and the yellows that you know to be like Lego colors. And then they just have like a white that I really like. So I got the white one and I eventually realized I just wanted to use it for actual Lego storage. I had a bunch of sets that weren't like pre-built sets. They're just like, oh, here's a bunch of colors to like free play with basically. And so I was like, oh, that's the perfect place to store them. So I shoved all my Legos into there and it's so cute and I have it in my little craft room now. It's just a perfect way to store them and it just looks so cute in like any space. It looks adorable. And then they have the wood ones that are a little smaller and more expensive because they're wood. The plastic ones are pretty affordable, but the wood ones, I'm like, oh, should I have bought these? Because I really only got one, but like I do question it sometimes. But then I look at it and I go, it's so cute, it's so cute. And I feel validated. I feel like I made the right choice. That one is less for like storing actual Legos and more for just like having a cute Lego thing in your house. In the wooden collection, they have like light wood, they have dark wood, and then they have like bigger drawers and smaller drawers. I got the wood one because I was like, oh, I can stack the white and the wood and it'll be this cool combination, not realizing they were totally different sizes. So keep that in mind. But you can stack the wood ones on wood ones and you can stack like the plastic ones on the plastic ones. So I'm planning to get another white plastic one and they have like a longer version. I'm planning to get one of those and put that under the shorter one that I have and just have this cool stack going on in the craft room and just like fill that up with all of the other Legos that I have. Yeah, I don't know. I just love it. I think it's like a cute little whimsical addition to a room and just a way to like show your love for Legos if you want something a little bit more like stylish. Specifically the wood ones. I feel like the wood ones fit really well into like a more elevated aesthetic. I don't think I have an elevated aesthetic in here. This is a very like whimsical cutesy aesthetic, but like say I wanted to move that out to my living room where it is a little bit more elevated, it would still fit really well. So if you have more elevated style throughout your home but you still want to show off your love for like Legos and stuff, it's perfect. That's it. One of my favorite ways to like research cozy games or research anything really these days is our cozy sponsor today, which is Ecosia. So Ecosia is a search engine and you use it like any other search engine except you have a positive climate impact from using it. And you might say, how, Kennedy? How is that possible? With every search you make, you are helping Ecosia plant trees on this planet. How amazing is that? And I really respect Ecosia because they work with local communities to grow native species and biodiverse forests. So they're not kind of just like planting trees just to plant trees. Like they really care about the communities that they're impacting and the communities that they're getting involved with. And they don't just plant trees, they fund agroforestry, natural regeneration, and firefighting, which is great. And they don't just plant trees and move on. They monitor the trees long term with field visits and satellite monitoring. So they're watching over the little baby trees and making sure they're growing nice and big. Literally all you have to do is download Ecosia and search normally. Whatever it is that you're looking for, use Ecosia and you can have a meaningful climate impact every day. Use the link in my description to download Ecosia or scan the QR code. And thank you so much, Ecosia, for sponsoring. Next is this. It's right here. It's literally right here. My Jellycat baguette. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with Jellycat at this point. It's kind of like a cult following thing, similar to Squishmallow. Jellycat just has a little cult following, but like specifically amongst my age, like 20 plus. We love the Jellycats. I don't know what it is. They're just so cute. It's like a more subdued stuffy. Business out of London, and they like really really put care and love into all their designs, and they're just so cute. They have a bunch of food ones. That's the thing, is they have a lot of food ones. Y'all know I love food stuff. I cannot not buy food stuff. And so this baguette stole my heart. I have the little pretzel. I've loved him. He is one of my favorites. He's in like my first draft pick row down here that I have displayed. But the baguette, I think, might be my new favorite. That's why he's up here watching over this video. Okay, I love him. I unknowingly just like hopped onto the site and there was like a huge queue, and I was like, okay, I'll just like sit in this queue. I didn't even know anything was happening really, and then saw that they had the baguette. So I think it might be like a recent release. I don't know if they're sold out now. I don't know, you guys. I don't know, but I hope not. I hope everybody can get a cute little baguette boy too. Okay, next is these accordion lamps. I talked about them on a vlog. I got them from AliExpress, which is not ideal, but I have not found these anywhere else. The cool thing about it is it's cordless. Okay, this one's not charged, but it's cordless. And I really like having these in areas where you need a light and there's no plug, or like the plug's too far, or whatever reason that you would need something cordless. Okay, there's little high shelves in the bathroom. I kind of want to add more of them too. In my kitchen, I have two in this little nook because there's no cords, but I wanted cute little lamps because it makes it feel cozy and it makes it feel like a little, I don't know, grandma's cottage. And I couldn't do that without cords until I found these. And I just love them. I think they're so cutesy and cottagey and adorable. They fit a lot of aesthetics, I feel like. It goes both like the cottagey direction and the kind of like Pinterest style coquette, like bright colors, whites and pinks and yellows and stuff, pastels, you know what I mean? The charge doesn't last a long time though, I will say. The charge doesn't last a long time, so it's kind of more for like a short aesthetic moment than it is functional for like an all day lamp. I should have led with that. It's very much an aesthetic thing. As like a creator, that's important to me because I like having little, you know, like snapshots of areas in my home for different reasons, whether it's like in a video or in, you know, in a background or whatever. Speaking of, hello, there we go. Oh my god, I can't believe that wasn't on. Things like that, right? So that's just something to consider, but it is very, very cute. And I think it's cute off too. I don't even turn these on that much because I think it's just cute without the light anyways. Okay, next is this under the sofa table. I've always seen these and have not seen one that like totally fits my personal aesthetic. I've seen a lot of like white ones that are like adjustable, and I've seen people, you know, the videos of like people rolling up the white adjustable tray to their bed and then they like clip their Kindle to it. I think Darth Daddy does this a lot. I love her stuff, but she'll like roll up the tray, put the Kindle, put the like snacks and drinks and stuff. But I'm like, I personally am not drawn to like just the all white aesthetic, and I just haven't been able to find a cute like wood one, a cute like earthy, cozy looking one until this one that I found on Costway, and I'm so glad I got to do that partnership with them because I found this and I love it, and it has little pockets on the side that you can like put your, I don't know, remotes or like coloring books or whatever. You can shove that in there for easy access when you're like sitting in either your bed or on the couch. Most importantly, I use it in my little nook. So when I'm over here reading, when I'm over here doing work, when I'm over here watching something, when I'm over here gaming, coloring, whatever I'm doing, it's so nice to have because it's just another surface. Like I have this side table that I use sometimes for like my drinks because that's kind of all it can fit is like my drink. But then I need something if I'm like eating. Sometimes I'll like eat on my lap, but then I get scared that I'm gonna like drop it on my chair. If you're somebody who really just like plops down in one spot for a long time to either work or couch potato to veg, you know, like this is the perfect thing for you. It's the perfect little addition. I feel like a car salesman trying to sell you this thing right now. It is really great. It has just like made my life just like that much easier, you know? It's the little things like that that I love to share with y'all. Okay, the next thing's a walking pad. I know everybody and their mother has talked about walking pads, but here's my specific angle on it. I love a walking pad nowhere near a desk, okay? I feel like the narrative around walking pads has been like, you can use it while you do other things, specifically working. And for me, that just does not work. That doesn't work for me. I don't want to be moving while I'm working. When I'm working, I'm like so zoned in that any little thing's gonna distract me and make me upset that it distracted me. So I like to be totally zoned in when I'm working. And if I'm doing like a walking thing, if I have to like worry about where my foot lands, I'm not gonna be able to do like my deep work zone in work mode. So that has never been a thing that has appealed to me or a thing that I know would work for me, basically, to like get my steps in and get that like healthy movement for the day. But for me, this has worked perfectly for plopping down in front of a TV. Plopping down in front of either the TV in here that I like catch up on YouTube on, or the TV in there when I'm like watching, binging shows. Give me a TV plus walking pad, life changing. Okay, I actually get my steps in. I don't think I'm ever consistent with anything ever in my life, so I can't say that like I got this walking pad and now my life is forever changed and I'm walking every single day. No. But am I walking more often than the past 5 months when I haven't had this? Yeah, absolutely. It just makes it so much easier. It limits that like friction to actually go on a walk by just like having it in front of the TV. I can literally boop, like plop up the arms. I don't even have to plop up the arms on it if I don't want to. They just boop, plop up the arms, start walking, watching my shows, catching up on YouTube. Easily 30 minutes goes by and I've got my little steps in for the day, okay? My little serotonin boost. It's great, and I know everybody has suggested walking pads, but this is my perspective. My perspective is that it's great for very specific times and places, not just using it for the desk, because I just don't think that worked for everybody. I think that goes for a lot of like trends and things people talk about on TikTok. For a while, I just went, oh, this is working for seemingly a lot of people, so it must be one size fits all. It must apply to me too. And then I do it and I'm wondering why I fell off of it or why it just like totally didn't work for me, because I'm a different person and I have different habits and different work styles, and you know what I mean? So I feel like, I don't know, this even goes for this video. If something I'm saying is like, okay, that sounds great, go an extra step and go, okay, but does that apply to me? Does that apply to my life? You know what I mean? That's just something to think about. Okay, the next thing is this marker holder. I love it. Look how cute it is. It's like a little caddy. It's just a caddy. I mean, you can use this for anything, but I'm using it for markers because I think it's so cute. And I feel like it's so much easier for me to just like bloop, pick out colors and color. It just makes coloring and the coloring process so much easier, because I used to have all my pens in like separate little zip bags, because like I didn't have one bag that would fit all of these. So I had like 2 separate zipped pencil holders to keep them in, and having to like sort through and like try and find the color I was looking for, and then I would like settle on another color. It was just more difficult than it needed to be. This, I can sort it by colors. It's kind of Rojibiv. It just makes it so easy and it's cute. And I just stick it in my little cubby that's right over there where I have my coloring books. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I love it. She's cute and functional. That's it. My next category is media. Number 1 is a vlogger that I have talked about before. I don't remember if it was in a vlog. I don't know, but I've talked about her before because I am obsessed with her. I feel like she is just so genuine and funny, and there's so many moments that I catch myself having like such a parasocial relationship with her where I'm like, Lauren, we are the same person. Her channel is called Live It Like Lauren. She just does like vlogs, just like daily vlogs, you know, like nothing crazy, nothing like I'm going to this and doing this and come with me while it's nothing like planned. It's just like following her throughout her life on a day-to-day basis, and I absolutely love her. She's like funny, naturally has like great comedic timing, like so relatable, gets the same song stuck in her head and like repeats it over and over and over throughout the video. Just little mannerisms she does. I'm like, we are the same person, and it's just so refreshing to see somebody purely being themselves in their vlogs and not kind of like putting anything on to make the vlog in the vlogger's mind like entertaining, and just like living life, which I think is the most entertaining thing of all. Just amazing. Like queer woman living in the UK, just living life. I don't know, live it like Lauren, okay? Like she's just living life. She's one of those creators where you're like, she's gonna be a comfort creator for years and years and years to come. The next thing in this category is a cozy game, but for once it's a iOS game, or it's like an app. I feel like I never recommend apps or like phone games or anything. I don't know if this is on a phone, but it's on iPad. It's on iPad. The game is on iPad and it's called Happy Color. When I shared a story of me playing this, I was actually playing this game called Hey Color, and then somebody DM'd me and was like, hey, there's a game called Happy Color that's like basically the exact same thing, but it's like the original game and it's way better. And I was like, oh, okay. I just like stumbled upon Hey Color and didn't realize it was kind of like the copy of the main game, which is Happy Color. So then I downloaded Happy Color and I was like, oh, this is way better. There's like less annoying ads. You can also just like pay for a one-time thing, which I did. I think it was like $7.99. I'm like, that's the price of a coloring book. I will happily pay for that. You pay $7.99, you never get an ad, and then I think you get access to like a bunch of different color stuff. But you don't even have to do that. Like if you just want to deal with some of the ads that are like very minimal. I got so ahead of myself. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, it is a coloring app. It's a coloring game. It's like paint by number, but on a iPad. But then there's also this added element to it where it's almost like a hidden picture. Okay, so basically you have like this huge catalog of different coloring pages to go through. I always like to do like a cozy home environment or like a food one, of course. Here's one that I'm in the middle of. So you get this really cute little scene and it's just literally paint by number, but you zoom in and like you have to find the next colors. So like you're coloring these in, boop, 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 boop. But then sometimes like the color that you have to color in is so small that you're literally like looking around for it. And so they have things like hints where it'll like tell you where the next color fill-in area is. I love that it's like this combination, like it adds a separate element of you're not just like sitting there mindlessly filling in colors, like tap, 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 filling in colors. There's this element of like, okay, now I have to like figure out where the next one is. I love regular coloring, of course, and like I will continue to do regular coloring, but this is really great for just like portable, like a really portable moment when you might not want to like grab all your like coloring supplies out and kind of like have to have all your hands ready and do things, you know? Like this is for if you're just like, I don't know, sitting in bed watching something with your partner and you're like, okay, I just want something to like mindlessly do with my hands. But then there's like that added little hidden picture element. It's just really relaxing. And I think like I typically don't connect with or like get into like iPad games or phone games because they tend to be either too mindless or too much of a commitment. Like it's like I have to think too much or I'm not thinking enough. And I feel like this is the perfect in between where it's very non-committal. Like I don't have to think about things, plan things, like sit there for like a whole game session and like finish a thing from start to finish or like, you know, get frustrated that I'm not getting something. It's not that much commitment, but then it's also not so mindless where you're like, I'm literally just tapping a screen over and over and over and over again. It's very cute and then it's really rewarding to kind of like see the colors play out into this beautiful scene. I love it. And I like that you can like switch between different themes and stuff like that. It's a very like iPad kid thing, but I stand by it and I feel like you will love it if you have an iPad. I don't know if it's on phone. I feel like it might be a little harder on phone if it's small, but maybe not. I haven't tried it on phone yet. Maybe it's really fun on phone too. Okay, my next favorite media item is Notion, which is totally free. I love Notion. Don't have to pay a dime for it. And specifically the book trackers that I have on Notion. It has been helping me so much to just like plan my reading better because I feel like I tend to randomly choose books to start reading. I still do, but I definitely choose books at random and then I'll be like, oh my God, I've been meaning to read this other book for months and months and months, but I just kept randomly choosing a new book instead of being intentional with my TBR list. Having this like library set up on my Notion has been so helpful for like keeping track of what I'm currently reading and then most importantly, having like an up next section where I can plan what I want to read so I can actually get through my TBR instead of throwing random books in there that usually are not even good. Whenever I throw a random book in there, they usually are not good and I end up upset that I did it versus if I stuck to my TBR, I would be happy with everything that I read, mostly. So this Notion page has been really helping me. It's very bare bones simple. I might share the template later on, but right now just like scrubbing it is going to be complicated for me. But it's very, if you want to just like replicate it yourself, it's so simple. I just have like goals for the year. I have a little table that has like a tracker for each month and how many books I read that month. Then I have a currently reading and up next reading, a total year book tracker, and then I have a link to my Goodreads. It's like everything I could possibly need to track my book reading. And if you're like, Kennedy, I thought you were using that papier book journal. I'm also using that, but that's more of like a reflection after the fact. So I'm not really tracking my current reads or like my up next reads on that. I just go to that to then like reflect on the books. Having kind of like both of them in tandem, I just feel so organized in my book journey. I love it. And I will talk about this in a completely separate video. Like I'm gonna have a dedicated video on this, but I have a similar thing for my crafts and my craft projects and like my craft project inspiration. So like I said, we'll go more into depth later, but it's so nice just to have Notion to organize little aspects of your life like that kind of feel like everything's up in your brain or like everything's on multiple Pinterest boards and you just don't know how to like condense everything. Notion always helps me. It's just like a second brain. I love it. Okay, next are the New York Times games, and this is all in one specific app. It's called NYT Games, and this is free. You don't have to have a New York Times subscription for it, but But I have a New York Times subscription, and it allows you to like access a bunch of past crosswords and stuff like that, which is nice, but you really don't need it. But the reason I've been loving this is because I have started consistently doing it in the new year, which I've talked about in like my New Year's goals video. I've consistently done the mini crossword every day, the Wordle every day, and the connections every day. I've also obviously missed a couple days, but most days since the start of the year I've done it. And it's a nice way to like kind of jumpstart your brain, like get your brain moving either in the morning, or like sometimes I like doing it at the end of the day of just like, okay, I have this little brain moment, my brain is active, and then I go to sleep. Brain active, sleep. You know what I mean? Or sleep, brain active. It's just really nice. It's nice to do with like your morning tea. But the most fun part of this is like having a community of people that are doing it with you. I started doing it with my family. I got my family onto it, my mom and my brother, and we would just always send each other our times, or like you can see each other's times on like a little leaderboard for the mini crossword. And then you can also send each other like the Wordle results and like the connections game results. And so every day since the new year, actually this was like since the holidays, we've just been like sending those to each other in our like family group chat. And then we recently in like a friend group chat revived it in our Discord, so we've been like sending that to each other every day. It's such a nice way to like tap into like your communities, you know? It's like a kind of low impact, like low energy. Like sometimes for me it takes a lot of energy to just like check in with people via text or like call or anything. Like that takes a lot of energy, but just like every day having that little connection moment of like, here's my scores, oh my god, wasn't that hard? Yeah, it was hard, with like the people you love, is so nice and just like such an easy thing to do, and it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel connected. It's just like an added part of my day that I look forward to, and I love like just touching base with the people that I love with it, through it. Kind of related but not really is a New Yorker subscription. I have talked about like my newspaper subscriptions and how I was liking those for a while. I actually kind of didn't love the physical newspapers as much after a while, because I realized I was reading the articles on my phone anyways. So by the time I would go get the newspaper and read it, I'm like, oh, I read all of these. I'm getting ahead of myself. I digress, really, is what I meant to say, because the New Yorker I find to be super worth it. I don't typically tend to read the longer articles on my iPad or my phone. So then I actually get use out of the physical copies because I've saved those articles to like read every week. And I've just been loving it. I think it's a great way to keep up with certain things happening in the world and like certain perspectives, but then also it's just like some things are on topics you just would literally never come across in maybe your like social media bubble. Like it's not all news. Sometimes it's like something, I don't know, you just would have never thought to look up. It would have never graced your social media feeds or anything like that. It's just been a nice little addition to the week, just something nice to read, to ponder, to engage with. I don't know. The next thing is the rest deck. This was suggested to me by someone in the community who knew me so well as to recommend this, okay? 50 Practices to Resist Grind Culture. They're written by Trisha Hersey, who also wrote the book, I think it's literally called Resistance. It's all about unlearning kind of hustle culture, grind culture, pressures of capitalism weighing down on all of us, and the ways that that kind of warps our views on rest and informs our views and like guilt and all of those things about rest. It's such a good way to kind of confront those views that we have and like unpack them and relearn what rest means to you and how it can help you grow into like a more fulfilled person, a freer person, and just like honor your needs more. And I just think it's so beautiful. A lot of the language can be a little woo-woo sometimes, but I think that's fine. Like if you just take the lessons for what they are, which is, it's absolutely necessary to unlearn the we are only valuable for our productiveness or our contributions to society, and we don't deserve to rest unless we've done XYZ to contribute to society. BS, poo-poo doo-doo, absolutely not. So this is just like kind of a deck of cards where it has a little saying on the front, almost like affirmation style, and then a more in-depth little blurb on the back. It's so great for just like general, like you could literally just read through this like a book, but I think this is great for the days where you do want to rest, you feel like you need to rest, and then you hear like a voice in the back of your head going like, no, I should be productive, or working on something, I shouldn't rest because I've already rested this week. Like whenever you have a little nagging voice in the back of your head, discouraging you from taking the rest that your body's telling you need, I feel like that's when this comes in handy so well. This is the perfect example. Okay, so on the front we have a little affirmation. My body is my teacher. And the back says, you don't need permission from anyone to rest and listen to your body. Let your body be your teacher. Your body knows the way. Your body holds messages of liberation that it can only offer to you while you are in a rested state. One of the deepest lessons as you deprogram from the false teachings of grind culture will be learning to activate your inherent power as a human being. Your brainwashing regarding rest is intimately tied to your self-worth. You deserve rest. Some of the words that stick out to me are like deprogram and brainwashing and all of those things, but like I think they kind of use powerful, extreme language to really get you to understand that like that's kind of what it is. Like we are programmed to believe that we should be grinding until we cannot take it anymore. Grinding until we burn out. Like that is what we're told. And so we do have to like unlearn those things. They're saying like deprogram, but you have to unlearn those things. And then it's saying like your brainwashing regarding rest is intimately tied to your self-worth, but like you feel like you don't deserve rest because your self-worth is tied up in your productivity, what you are contributing to society. That shouldn't be the case. It should not be the case. Rest is separate from that. You deserve rest. You are owed rest regardless of what you've done that day. I also love the part that says your body holds messages basically that I can only offer to you while you are in a rested state. And I think that's so true. The amount of like creativity, the amount of insight I've had into who I am and who I want to be when I've had time to rest and had time to like remove my mind from the state of like hyper productivity and go is unmatched. Like you just simply don't have the brain space for those things when you are in like a fight or flight go mode. So I just love that these cards, it's like a little check-in with yourself about your beliefs, what you've been taught, your self-worth, and your need for rest. And I think all of those things are really important in today's society, particularly. The last piece of media that I have been loving lately is the podcast Balanced Black Girl. And this is hosted by the creator Les, who I met at a event like last year, I think. She's just like so cool, so goal-oriented, but also very intentional about bettering yourself in different ways. So like, yes, she's like a go-getter, but she also focuses on like, okay, how can we carve out space to better ourselves and not just, it's not all just like go. Hence the title of her podcast, Balanced Black Girl. This is obviously not, you don't have to be a black girl to listen to this podcast. I think there's like so many interesting perspectives and lessons from this podcast, no matter your identity. It's just so great. It's one of those podcasts you just turn on in the morning while you're like doing your makeup or like in the shower, and you just feel like afterwards, you know, you just feel like, okay, cool. Like I can start the day feeling like I had this kind of informative, healthy discussion at the start of it, you know? You took part in this healthy, informative discussion, this kind of healing discussion when you're just like listening to the podcast and you didn't do anything. Those are the best podcasts. Apart from podcasts that are like super entertaining and like, oh my gosh, so much is happening. That's the other genre of podcast that I love, when it just, you feel like you genuinely gained insight and knowledge after listening to it. And this is just simply one of those. And she'll have guests on that also have like amazing insights and perspectives. And I think it's just one of those that you can add to the list of like, I don't know, I feel like people have their podcast that they listen to when they want to do like their hot girl walk and their hot girl podcasts. Add this one to the list. Add this to the list. You'll love it, I promise. And Les is just so sweet and so inspiring. And she's also a great creator to like follow on your own time as well, because she has like her own Instagram. Yeah. Shout out Les and Balanced Black Girl podcast. Next, we're talking about desk stuff, kind of like desktop stuff, a little more techie or just like work focused. The first one is this desktop whiteboard. I love this thing. It's like a little whiteboard. You flip it open. You can keep your pens in here, your eraser, any like little doodads and trinkets you need to keep on your desk. You write what you have to do for the day, wipe it off when you're done. It's phenomenal. I used to use this written like daily calendar. That worked, but I change what I have to do throughout the day so often. Like I'm shifting things around. I'm going, okay, now that won't work today. Now I have to do that tomorrow, or I have to prioritize this first. And I love having the whiteboard for like quickly being able to like change things around, shift things around. I also love being able to, in the middle of the day, just like wipe the slate clean. I'm like, okay, I did so much in the first half. I can't look at all this clutter on this. I wipe it clean and then I make the to-dos for the second half of the day. It's so nice. I think I just love the flexibility of it. I think it's really cute and it looks really nice on a desk setup. And it really just helps me stay organized and on track, because before I had any kind of written desktop thing, I just had my written to-do list in my like daily planner. And I love that. I still use that. I think I would see it and then be like, okay, okay, but I'm gonna work on this instead. I never stayed on track, and I think having like the overall must-dos on the daily planner is great, and then having kind of like a breakdown of all of those must-dos on the written desktop thing is so much easier, and it just helps me stay on track. Anything to stay on track with this brain is a godsend, okay? The next thing I have been loving is this baguette keycap, and I've showed it on like a TikTok and a reel because I loved it so much. It's just so cute, so charming. Again, it's food, little mini food things. If it's food, I'm buying it. If it's a food replica of something, I'm buying it. If it's a food replica of something, I'm buying it, okay? It's just like a hyper realistic baguette keycap that you replace your spacebar with. So if you have a mechanical keyboard and you can replace the keycaps and you like baguettes, boy, do I have the product for you, okay? It's from the Etsy shop Little Cutie Design. It's just so well done. It's so well done. Quality's amazing. It took a while to ship, I will say. It took a while to ship. Worth it. It's phenomenal. I love it. The next thing is this Korok AirPod case. Self-explanatory. 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 I don't know. They have one for every kind of AirPod. You can change the faces on it. They pop off. You can change them. Self-explanatory. The last thing in this category is this portable charger. This is probably the most boring thing I could possibly suggest to you, but unfortunately, it's one of the best things I've come across in like recent tech life, okay? Let me explain. Portable chargers have never like vibed with me, okay? I just something about them, they're like bulky, then you have to have the cord, you gotta carry it around, you gotta remember to charge it beforehand. Like for my brain, portable chargers just have never really worked, but I need them as like a creator and as someone who my phone battery goes to shit immediately because I let my phone die all the time. I need to have a portable charger with me at all times. For a long time, I had this block one. It was from the brand Anchor. It was a block one, and I loved it because you could plug it in to charge, because if I have to have a separate cable to charge my portable charger, I'm not going to remember to charge it. If I have to plug my portable charger into a cable, I'm not charging that thing. It's not getting charged. So I loved that this had like a little flip out thing like this one does. Boop, flip out thing. You plug it in and that charges the portable charger. And then you can also charge all your stuff that way. So I loved it. I was like, this is peak tech. This is technology at its peak, at its finest. Thank you so much. I love it. Then I came across this, which solved even more of my problems when it came to portable chargers, which is that you have to still carry around a big long cord. So with the block one, I still had to remember a separate cable to plug into the block and then to plug into my phone to charge the phone. So then you're like carrying around this like, I don't know, placenta style. What? Oh my God, please forgive me. You're carrying that around to charge your phone, right? But this, it has the wall plug that you plug into the wall so that you don't have to plug this separately in to charge this. I literally just put it right here to charge it. When I get back from wherever I am, I come over here, I just plug it in, it's charged, we're good to go. But it has a little number. Dang it! Oh, there we go. It has a little number to show you what the charge is at. Never again will I take a portable charger with me and realize it's already dead. I can easily see when it's fully charged or charged enough when it's charging over here and take it with me. Boom, bow, we're good to go. So that's amazing, right? It has the charging ability. You can see when it's charged, but it also has bloop cables in it already to charge, and they tuck in. That's like a regular lightning cable. And then this is like USB-C. This is micro USB. So it can charge literally anything. It can charge your iPad. It can charge your laptop, it can charge your phone, it can charge your other charging devices, your random things with micro USB. It can literally charge everything. I love this thing so much. I love it so much. It's so great. Oh my God, like this is perfect. This is now peak tech. I could not think of another improvement to this. This is amazing. And I have one that like sticks on your phone as a MagSafe, and that's cool, but you still have to have a separate cord to charge it. So maybe if they make one that is like this but also MagSafe, maybe that would be peak technology. Okay, my next category is body, which I'm just including like all beauty stuff and like clothing stuff. My first one is this watch. I love this watch. I asked for this for Christmas from Ryan and he delivered. It's so cute. It's like this like retro 90s style. I love it. It's such good quality, and it has this like pearly inside finish. I don't know if you can see, but it's like very pearly, and they have a lot of different colors. They have like a forest green inside and like a blue, a red. So if you want like a little color, you can add a little color to it. But I just love it. It's so simple, and I feel like I haven't loved the look of watches in recent years. I feel like they're either like too minimalist or just like too bulky. So I love that this has like a little bit of retro character, and it kind of like matches with the 90s vibes I've been going for lately in my outfits, but still sleek, still modern, still cute, still everything that I love, and still a watch. That is not even the right time. It's not for functional purposes. It's purely for aesthetics, and I love it. It's just so cute. It's so cute and small and perfect. I love it. No notes. Actually, I do have one note, and it's that it's a little bit difficult to get on by yourself, but once I figured it out, you're good to go. Like you just kind of have to like press it against something and then like wrap it inside, but it was a little hard to figure out at first. Next is the company Honey. I talked about this in a wishlist video of mine. It is the Honey water balm, which is it's like marketed as the like lotion for lazy people, which if that is not me, I don't know what is. I need that. This was advertised to me on Pinterest yet again, and I appreciate it because I have been loving this. It not only does it smell really good, like it smells like it's got like this rosiness to it, but it's still like really fresh, and it's not like super rosy to where it smells like a perfume or like you couldn't pair this with another perfume. It's just like a really simple rose, and it's so hydrating and so easy to like slide on, and I like to both like just spray it on my arm like this and like spray it in my hand and then rub it on my legs. Oh, it's so great, and it just makes hydrating my body so easy, so easy, so easy. And then they saw me talking about this, I think, and then sent me this in PR, which is their new like anti-oil. So it's like an oil, but it's not oily, if that makes sense. So it's also for hydration, also for your body. And I've been using this on top of that, especially when I have to like go anywhere with my legs out and I want my legs to be nice and shining. I want my reflection to show in my legs. This is perfect on top. This is like regular lotion hydration kind of, and this is like shiny, beautiful, oily goddess. You know what I mean? But then it's not oily, like you're not getting oily stuff on your hands and on your body, and I love it. I love it. I am honestly excited to see what this company does in general, because hot packaging for one, beautiful, hot, looks great on your vanity, but also like both of these products have been fire. Bomb formulation. I feel like it'll be good, whatever it is, I'll be there. I'll be giving the reviews. Okay, the next thing is this eye mask. I asked for this for Christmas and my mommy got it for me. But it's from the brand Slip, which I think is known for doing kind of like silk hair, like sleep stuff. I got it because I liked the design on it. I thought the design was just so cute. But I realized when I got it that it's meant for having lash extensions. Like the packaging is literally like lash extension sleep mask. So it has these little pockets for your eyeballs basically, and for your lashes to like come out and not be like crushed by a sleep mask. But the thing is, I don't get lash extensions. I just don't like when something is pressing on my eyelids. And so this is the perfect, literally the perfect eye mask for, I feel like, any human. Like, I'm not really sure why the people who tested this were like, oh yeah, this is great only for lash extension people. Like, only the people with lash extensions will like this, and didn't immediately go, oh my god, this is what we've been missing from the sleep mask market. This is what every human needs, because it just makes the design of the actual product so much better. It just sits on your eyes, and then you can still fully like blink and move around your eyes and like open your eyes within the sleep mask, which I know you might be like, that's weird, Kennedy. I put the sleep mask on so that I don't have to open my eyes. But when you have a sleep mask on, you kind of do like still move around your eyes for a little bit, at least like before you go to sleep. Even movements with your eyes closed still kind of like press into the eye mask. And so I always hated wearing eye masks for that reason. I'm realizing maybe this is just a specific thing to me and I just didn't like the sensation of it. Personally, I feel like everybody would like this design so much more. So if you're looking at a sleep mask, or if maybe you were like, I never vibed with sleep masks before, it could be the fact that it was pressing against your eyeballs and that was really uncomfortable for you, and that this will work so much better. It's just so great. I don't know why they don't do that with every sleep mask. So lash extension sleep mask by Slip specifically. Look that up. But also, isn't this so cute? Isn't that design adorable? I love it. Okay, and in the same vein, same sleep category is mouth tape. It doesn't have to be a specific kind of mouth tape, okay? But this is my mouth tape starter pack. You only need athlete's tape and little bitty scissors, and I keep both of these by my bedside table, and I do it lengthwise like this. I do it like this, and then I put this on my mouth this way. I do it right before bed because I like to yap to Ryan before I sleep. I make sure I go, okay, the last thing. Okay, the last thing. Wait, one more thing. And then I go, okay, that's it. I got all my thoughts out. Okay, a little bedtime smoochie, and then I put it on my mouth. It is amazing. I actually can't really speak to the for real benefits, because I know like dentists and doctors tell people to mouth tape. Like, you're supposed to mouth tape if you are a mouth breather. We are not, as humans, supposed to mouth breathe, apparently. I know, every day I'm figuring out we're doing something wrong as humans that we're not supposed to be doing, even though they come naturally to so many humans, but whatever. This one I believe because dentists and doctors are telling you it, not like marketers who are trying to make up an issue to sell you something. But you're supposed to sleep with your mouth closed because it promotes better like breathing through your nose, and it like, I don't know, like it makes makes your jaw do a weird thing. And then it also like increases bacteria in your mouth by like drying out your mouth when you mouth breathe, so it's bad for your teeth. And Lord knows I need all the help with my teeth because I am bad at caring for my teeth. Anything I could do passively is amazing. I love it. Those are like the supposed benefits of mouth taping. But then there's also this element of like you're supposed to sleep better, and that I can speak to. That I can absolutely speak to because I feel like I knock out. I don't wake up in the middle of the night. I usually wake up all the time in the middle of the night. I'm like, wake up because I hear cats, wake up because I hear whatever, wake up just cuz. And then I usually don't have issues getting back to sleep, but like sometimes I do, and that's annoying. I don't wake up. I go to sleep. I wake up when the alarm goes off. I wake up when my partner's waking up. I do not wake up. And it is such an odd sensation. It is such an odd thing. I'm still getting used to it, but I feel like my sleep is better for it. I feel like I feel more actually well rested. That's another thing. It's supposed to like keep you in the deep REM states because you're not like choking and like doing weird things in your sleep from your mouth breathing. So you just like actually stay in your REM state for longer. And you know what? Maybe it's all BS. Maybe it's not actually does nothing. But I feel like it has made me feel more well rested, and I know for a fact that I'm not opening my mouth, which I need so badly because of all the mouth breathing that I do. I'm a snorer and mouth breather, especially when my nose gets like clogged from allergies or anything. Ooh, I'd be honk shooing, okay? So this really helps. It really helps with all of those things. So if any of that speaks to you, just try it. Just try it. The athlete tape is like $5 at CVS. You already have scissors, okay? That's all you need. That's all you need. Okay, the next category is food. This is the last category before my least favorites, my dislikes. The first one is not really a food. It's food adjacent. It's vitamins. And it's called Groons. I'm gonna start with the thing I don't like about this item, and it's the price. You guys, it's so expensive. And like, I understand it's worth it because it's basically gummies that are greens and multivitamins in one. So it's like you're getting your multivitamins, you're getting your daily greens, and then you don't have to think about either. And you're getting it in a gummy form in like a prepackaged package. But it's so pricey. It's so pricey that I'm like, maybe I just will be unhealthy. Maybe I'll just stick to my like regular 5 vitamins that I take and then like my greens drink because... But I guess if you add up the cost of all of those, it probably adds up to what they are. But it is $79 for a one-time purchase for 28 packs. So that's not even like a full month. 28 days. A subscription is $59. So every 4 weeks, $60. You guys, it's expensive. It's expensive in a way that I don't know if I could stand behind yet. But I will say it's on this list because they taste so good. Like I feel like having a greens and multivitamin gummy, you would think there'd be a little bit of like taste like dirt, and sometimes I appreciate a dirt taste. I know, weird, but sometimes in my like greens drinks and stuff, I don't mind a little like cardboard dirt taste. Groons is like a gummy. It tastes so good, and then you've got your vitamins, you've got your greens, you don't have to think about it. I love it. But for $60 for a subscription, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing the subscription. $60 for a subscription for 28 gummies. I just don't know. You know? So consider this a like and dislike, okay? But I really do like them. I really do like them, and I do feel like it's giving me all the nutrients I need. I don't know. I'll let you know how I feel after I look at the budget in 6 months. The next thing is a new item from Taco Bell, which is called their stacker. The Taco Bell stacker changed my life. You guys know how I feel about Taco Bell. I'm a Taco Bell fiend. I will eat Taco Bell twice a week. I love Taco Bell. Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Ooh, Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. Okay. That is just who I am. It's part of me. It's always who I will be. There will never be a stage in my life where I am not a Taco Bell fanatic. I just feel like it's the perfect meal. I feel like you can't go wrong with a little bit of Taco Bell, okay? I always get either the Crunch Wrap. Well, I'll say this. I had stages. My first stage was Crunch Wrap. That lasted me since like high school, okay? I've loved the Crunch Wrap since high school. I've always had that. It's taken me through my different dietary phases. When I was vegetarian and then vegan, I've been able to eat at Taco Bell and have Crunch Wrap. Recently, in like the past 2 years, they released the grilled cheese burrito, which is a burrito with the flamin' hot Fritos in it with beans, cheese, sour cream, and then they put it in a burrito, put cheese on top, grill that. Yeah, they grill it. They grill it on top. So it's a grilled cheese burrito. It's like flattened. It's grilled. Did I say it's grilled? It's grilled. I love the grilled cheese burrito. It's so good. That was my go-to. And then I also will get like the flamin' hot Fritos, whichever burritos have those in it. It's going in my mouth. It's going in my order, and then it's going in my mouth. So I love the grilled cheese burritos. But recently they came out with a stacker. It is literally as if they took a quesadilla and folded it in on itself. So then it's like a little triangle. The tortilla part is very thick, and then it's cheese and it's the beef. And usually I don't get beef. Whenever there's beef in something, I replace it with refried beans because I think that's the way to not have it run right through you. I think avoiding the beef at Taco Bell is the way to go with keeping your body healthy and not having to stay on the toilet for a whole week after. Beans is my secret to Taco Bell, but the stacker is making me break that rule. So the first time I saw the stacker, I had a little moment, freaked out, immediately ordered it, but I ordered one with refried beans instead of beef and then one with the regular beef, just like how they are marketing it. And then I always add creamy jalapeno sauce to everything that I get. If there's not creamy jalapeno sauce in it, I'm adding it. The creamy jalapeno sauce is the best sauce ever. It's basically what makes Taco Bell for me. So I always add creamy jalapeno sauce, so I added it to both stackers. Fire. But surprisingly, I liked the beef one more. I liked the original version more. I'm working myself up into a tizzy so much that I'm going to order it right now. Like, I'm literally ordering it. No, I can't. I'm going to my Valentine's dinner tonight. I can't do that. Okay, I'll order it tomorrow. It is so good, you guys. It's all of the good parts of Taco Bell, but then like something about the tortilla folded on itself adds like this thickness. It's just like this thickness, and it's like a texture thing and then also a taste thing. It's perfect. It's a perfect item. Sometimes they make it messily and that's a little bit annoying, but it's fine. I'll take it. It's so good. The last thing is Factor. I will talk about Factor for like hours and hours. I love Factor. Factor literally changed my life. It sounds like I'm being dramatic, but it genuinely changed how I like live my day to day. So basically all of the food delivery services where you have to make a meal, like you're delivered ingredients and then you have to make a meal, they don't work for me. Like the point of getting a food delivery service, like meal delivery service for me, is taking like all of the effort out of cooking and just having like the meal. And I feel like that might be unique to me and just like who I am and how I operate, because I'm usually very busy, and like for me having to take like an hour out of my day to like prep the food, look at a recipe, make it, and then like eat it, like that taking that hour, it's just like not an option for me. Or at least it like for me it feels like it's not an option. I guess technically I could if I like woke up earlier, went to bed later, but like if I want to keep my own sanity, like that's just like not an option for me. Some days. And it's those days that I am trying to take care of. Like it's those days when I'm at my busiest that I want a food service company that is going to like fill those gaps. Like I said, the ones that deliver you ingredients just don't cut it for me. Factor is like one of the rare ones where they're actually delivering you like a pre-made meal and then you just microwave it. So they deliver you like a pack of however many meals you want and then you microwave it. Oh my, like it has changed my life. It has changed my life because in the past it's just kind of been the situation of like either Ryan will like try and whip something up for me, or I just like won't eat because I will be so busy, and I just having to think about what to make for myself is such a burden on my mind that I just like don't. Or I like make the dumbest collection of like terrible to eat things, or I would be solely eating fast food because it would come to me quickly and I wouldn't have to think about it. Like pre-Factor, those were my options, and I just like was feeling bad. I had like no nutrients in my body. I wasn't getting like protein. I wasn't getting veggies. Factor makes me get a fully balanced meal. Like it's like protein, veg, sometimes a grain or like a, you know, fiber. And then it literally takes 2 minutes in the microwave. So like if I'm too busy, Ryan will just like come in with a Factor meal because he's like, I know you're busy, here's your lunch. And I'm like, thank you so much, thank you. Or like it's so easy for me just to run in, throw it in the microwave, keep working, come back, get my meal, eat it while I'm, you know what I mean? It's just so quick and so convenient for me. And then they're also really, really good and delicious and yummy, and that's cool too. And I recently got to work with them, which is wild because I've been like raving about them on my Stardew playthroughs. I always rave about them because I'm like, I'm eating my Factor right now. It's keeping me alive. And like I've been ordering them for like months and months, and I finally got to work with them on last week's vlog. And I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I get to finally talk about a company that I have been using for months and I love it. So if you're somebody who like has some disposable income to put towards food, like if you don't spend a lot on groceries and you're like, okay, but I still need meals, then I feel like putting it towards something like Factor, doesn't have to, I'm sure there's other companies, but something like Factor where they're delivering you a fresh meal and then you just microwave it is the solution. It's the solution, and I don't know why I hadn't thought about it earlier, and it's just not being dramatic. It has changed my life because I actually just don't have to think about that anymore. Not that I was thinking about it before. I would just make poor choices with my food. Now I really don't have to think about it, and I know that like I'm being nourished, which is great. Okay, that's everything that I love and have been loving. Here's 3 things that I have not been loving so much. 1, really not loving. The other 2, just not so much. Okay. The first one is the LG Stand By Me TV. And I made a reel about this and a TikTok about it. So if you've already seen that video, you know kind of like the in-depth reasons why I don't love this. But the main reason numero uno, it's $900. A $900 27-inch 1080p TV. And you might be saying, why did you get this? What possessed you to get this $900 TV? I had been influenced. I had been influenced so badly, and I knew that's what was happening. I was like, if I'm feeling this because I'm seeing so many influencers showing this off and like, look at this BNFL TV and all the things it can do, I know other people feel this way too. So I was like, I volunteer as tribute, basically. I need to test it, and I need to be the one who's gonna test it, unbiased, no ulterior motives. So that was my thing. Basically, I was like, I want this TV, but also if it's not worth it, I want other people to know that it's not worth it. That's kind of the short story of it. And so I got it, tested it out for a while. At first, I was like, okay, maybe like you can roll it around. It's portable. That's the main thing. It's portable. You charge it. It takes like 4 to 5 hours to charge fully. You unplug it, and then it has a 3-hour lifespan. A 3-hour lifespan. That's one long movie and some change, or like 2 movies. You are getting one watch session out of this charge. And then that's about it. Say you want to take it for a little mobile gaming. For some reason, you're taking it with you somewhere in the house for mobile gaming. You got 3 hours tops. If you want to take it with you in the bath, I think that works. You're not going to take a 3-hour bath, so that works. Basically, the selling point of this item, the reason it's $900 is because so far, I think they're like the only ones that have this technology where it's a fully portable TV that lasts on a charge. That's not a projector, because I have a projector that's like $100-something that I've talked about on a favorites video that does the same thing, 3-hour charge, and you could put it anywhere. It's not a big bulky TV. But their thing is it's an actual monitor, it's an actual TV, it's touchscreen. So all of that, I'm sure you've seen it on Instagram and TikTok and all of that, because the appeal for influencers is that it's like a big ticket item. Like it's $900. So if they can convince like 3 people to buy this TV, that's money in their pocket, and like a significant chunk of money in their pocket. I feel like most are probably not actually using it. That's what happened to me. I got it, and I have my TVs that I use in every room, and I never used the damn thing. I used it solely to test it out and give y'all an honest review. Apart from that, I don't use it. I do not use it. The few times I could see me actually using this would be if I wanted to watch something in the bath, but I think I would just use a projector. If I wanted to watch something while I was doing my makeup, I think I would just use my iPad or my phone anyways. If I wanted to watch something outside, I think that's the only time I would actually that is the only item I would use. And when I think about it, I'm like, I would have to drag it outside. I'd have to make sure it's charged. All of it is so much more of a hassle than it should be. And I just don't think all of that is worth $900. So my main gripe is that it's $900. If it were $300, if it were $400 even, I would be like, hell yeah, besties, get this thing. It's so cool. It's a touchscreen. You could bring it around. You could watch it in the bath. You could I would be like singing its praises, but $900, I think they are robbing people. I think they're literally robbing people. And I'm so frustrated with the influencers that are like fully suggesting this without talking about kind of like the negatives. Not that they have to, like you as a consumer also have a responsibility to do your own research, but like the only videos I've seen are people just like, this is the best thing ever and it's changed my life. Not talking about the fact that like you probably don't actually use it over your other TVs. You can only use it for 3 hours. And I don't know. But I think for a lot of people, they were just like, oh my God, what a cool gadget. I should buy it. And then they see it's $900 and they're like caught up in the moment of being influenced and they're like, I'll just do it. I'll just spring for it. And it's not worth it. That's my gripe. That's my main gripe. That's just been a goal of mine recently, is to just be the person that you know you can come to and be like, okay, Kennedy, but is it really worth it? Because I'm not greedy. I don't know. I'm not gonna try and like shove commission links down your throat when it's not something that I actually like. I'll shove it down your throat if it's something I like. I'll be like, use my commission link, use my Amazon storefront besties if it's something I like, because why not? If y'all are gonna get it anyways and I'm like it and I'm suggesting it to you. But like, how do I put it? A lot of Amazon influencers, their sole source of income is their commissions that they make from Amazon. It's not mine. Maybe greedy isn't the right word. I'm not in the position where I feel like I have to sell you things on Amazon or like anywhere really to just like thrive and survive. And so I'm gonna shit on some things. And I think that's me coming from a position of privilege, but I think I just want y'all to know as a consumer, like be cautious of the Amazon influencers or just like influencers in general, where your commissions might be the sole source of income. And so maybe their perspective is isn't one of honesty or like candidness, which is whatever. That's going to exist always. I'm not trashing them. That's just going to exist because that's how our system is built. Okay, that's how the marketing system is built. That's like what salespeople are in stores, you know, like that's just always going to exist. I know this is a tangent. I just say all that to say I always want to be like the trustworthy person and the person that like if I'm reviewing something, you know I mean it. And then you also know that I'm going to talk about the shit that I don't like because I can, because I have that privilege and I will wield that privilege as much as I can with honor frequently. Yeah, you guys get it. You guys get it. Anyways, this TV sucks. It shouldn't be $900. It's fine. It just should not be $900. That's it. If you have been influenced by it, step back. Take it off your storefront until they knock the price down to like $400. And I'm sure in the future it will be way cheaper. I think it's just a new technology. I'm sure it'll be cheaper in the future. So just wait. Just wait. Use the iPads. Use anything else. Projector even. Anything else. Okay, another least favorite is sadly the wellness journal from Papier. And I felt such a need. I felt such a calling to speak about this because I featured it in a bunch of my vlogs. I even featured it in my like self-care routine video. And I talked about the things that I have been liking about it. And I'm like, I don't normally do these types of journals that are like prompted check-in wellness journals, but I have been liking this because it's a nice check-in. I have been using it since then, basically this whole year so far. So like a month and some change. And I just don't vibe with it, you guys. And it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I don't use it. And I feel like when you don't use something, it usually means the product is not meant for you. And if you were to use it all the time, then like it's meant for you and it works for you. It fits into your life, right? It just isn't fitting into my life anywhere. And I think it speaks to what I was saying in the self-care routine video, which is that like, this is not something I normally do. This is not how I journal. Like I journal in a free-flowing way. I just open my voice notes and I just talk into it. That's how I journal. That's how I process things. And I like it. That's worked for me. And I've had to learn to do that over the years and it works for me. I love it. The wellness journal just isn't it for me. And I think it's so cute and it's such a nice concept. It's a nice thought. It's a nice idea. And I think for a lot of people, it will work. If you like little daily check-ins and nightly check-ins, it'll work for you. It just didn't work for me. It's not how I like to journal. I'm either going to give it away or just like, it's maybe for another season of life. The last product I don't love is the Apple HomePod Mini. I thought it was such a good idea to like put it at my desk and I would just have a little speaker to connect my phone to really quickly. You like boop, tap it onto the speaker, it connects, you can play your audiobooks, your music, whatever. And I thought it would be good because I got a Mac Mini for editing and I thought it would be perfect to like have a Mac ecosystem speaker to connect it to. But the thing that didn't work immediately was that it was delayed. So like whatever was coming from my editing software from my Mac Mini to the speaker was delayed. So that was just rendered useless. Like the whole point of getting the speaker was moot because it was delayed and you can't edit a video when the audio is delayed. It just doesn't work. So I didn't end up ever using it for that. And then I never ended up using it for like music or audiobook because I just don't do that at my desk. I don't know. I do that in my bathroom. I do that here. I don't do that at my desk. And if I do, I'm playing it from like my monitor speakers. So I didn't end up using it for that. The most annoying thing is that if your phone is anywhere near it, it'll do this thing where the whole screen blacks out and it like tries to connect to the speaker. So I'll just be sitting at my desk holding my phone and like every 5 seconds, it'll just whoop, 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 connect to HomePod, connect. No! It's so frustrating. So that was basically just a big old floppy flop. And I know that's super specific to me because I feel like that would work really well if you have it somewhere like in a bathroom or somewhere that you do listen to music or audiobooks or something. But big flop for me computer wise. So learn from my mistakes. If you've ever had a little thought, a little inkling, you're like, ooh, maybe a little Apple HomePod moment. Luckily I got the mini one and it was like $30. But if you want the big one, if you've ever looked at the mini one, if you're like, ooh, a speaker within the Apple ecosystem might be nice, just consider where the location is. If it's gonna be close to anywhere you're sitting and your phone might be near all the time, and consider which Apple item you would be linking to it and if it would make a difference if there was like a slight noise delay or like a slight delay. Just consider those two things, I think. I think it would work great for just music and podcasts. The ability to just be like, hey Siri, I won't say it too loud. Hey, you know who? Play this, play this, play that. Like it's very easy and it's super simple to just like, I'm playing something on my phone and then go, ooh, I want to put this on the speaker. And the speaker sounds great, sounds lovely. But it's just, it does not work for certain situations. So I would just be cognizant about those situations. Just think about if it wouldn't work for you or would work for you. That's it. Those are all the things I didn't like so much. I feel like I've gotten better at like being a informed consumer before before I buy something, and so I usually don't have too many things that I buy and don't like, but if I ever have them, y'all, I will get them. Or if there's something where you're like, can you test this out for me because I don't feel like testing it out and I don't feel like spending my money, I might do it. I might do it just for y'all, okay? I love y'all that much. That's all. I hope you either got some ideas of things you might want to put on a little wish list, do some research for yourself, or you got ideas of what not to get, okay? What not to buy. So that's everything. Look forward to the next one. I'll be writing down all my notes. I'll be taking notes of all my purchases and seeing what I've liked. I love you so much. Stay cozy. Bye.
And don't forget to click the link in the description or use the QR code to download Ecosia.